Today, I'm going to share how to set goals when starting your own telemedicine practice. I think this is very important because it's sort of like going on a cross country trip and having no itinerary or agenda for how you're going to go from point A to point B. You are going to find much better success at your telemedicine company if you have appropriate goals that you follow through on. So stay tuned for my top 7 tips. Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Annie. I'm the owner of Collaborating Docs. We help nurse practitioners find great collaborating physicians. Today we're going to be talking all about goal setting. So the first tip is when you're setting a goal, be sure to define your why. So why do you want to start this medical practice? What is your motivation? What is going to inspire you on those difficult days, the days with those giant roadblocks and your EMR isn't working and your biller is not helping you and everything is falling apart? You need to know in the back of your mind, I'm doing this because of my family or my future, or I want to buy a rental property, or I need a new car, or I just need to pay my bills. Whatever your motivation, know it, have it in here, and let that drive you forward. The second tip for your setting your goals is to define realistic goals. Keyword realistic. So you have to be really honest with yourself as you're starting out. Do you really expect to see 40 patients a day via telemedicine on day one? Certainly not, as you're just getting started. So think about what would be a honest, truthful, realistic plan of how many people you would see, how much money you could make, and how the whole process is going to unfold. So you may want to even network with other people who've gone before you and done this to sort of get their perspective on what to expect, largely, I would say, based on how much marketing you are doing. Are you paying a lot of money for advertising? Are you spending a lot of time getting out there and connecting with people in the real world? If you're putting a lot in, you could definitely expect higher volumes. If you're sort of sitting back with a teeny tiny budget, it's going to be a lot slower to grow. The third tip is to make long-term and short-term goals. I do this for my own business. So you want to look at the very short term. So the next 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. That's, a very critical period in any new business. But then think ahead to the 5-year plan, your 10-year plan. You may even have a retirement plan when you hope to be able to really cut back. So each of those need to be defined pretty clearly. And I would set, pen to paper and really map out what you're expecting to have happen. Obviously, things may change as you get more information and things start happening. However, even on day one, you want to have a rough plan mapped out of what you think is going to happen. Tip 4 is to align your business goals with your life goals. Some people get a bit carried away with their excited entrepreneurial passion. I'm going to create this amazing business and hire 5 other providers and be in all 50 states and, really huge goals, which is great to have big goals. But does it fit with your own personal life? Do you have responsibilities outside of just working? Hopefully, work is not the only thing in your life. So if you have a spouse or children or elderly relatives or other friends, family that depend on you, make sure what you're doing fits. When I started Collaborating Docs, I, at the time, had 3 children, young children, and I don't live in Silicon Valley or New York City. I'm not in like the hub of startups. So I knew, being a suburban mom, the cards were a little stacked against me, but that's what I wanted. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to never see my kids. So I had to make this work for my reality. Tip number 5, write down your goals. It's essential that you document what you are planning to do, put it on a Post-it or an index card or a scrap of paper or a napkin. I don't care what you write it on, but write it down and hang it up somewhere prominent you will see. For me, it's right behind my computer here, hanging on the wall, taped up against the wall on a Post-it note. I can't tell you, I didn't used to do that. Even though people recommended it, I thought, oh, that's kind of silly. I know what I'm trying to do in my head. Until it's written down and you see it, you see what's in front of your wall probably 100 times a day. So it's really sort of sinking in more and more and more and more, and it helps keep you on track. Tip number 6, you do need to take time to review these goals you've made periodically. And I would say weekly. So maybe set a time, even plan it onto your calendar. Every Friday at 3 p.m., I'm going to spend 15 minutes looking through what's going on. Are we on the right trajectory for that 3-month, 6-month, 1-year goal? The numbers don't lie. So look at what your goals are and how you are achieving them. As you grow bigger, there's data analytics, and you can have people who help you track different, we call them KPIs, key performance indicators, to see are things happening as planned. And doing that really helps you stay focused. And lastly, tip 7 is feel free to alter or change your goals as needed. It needs to be fluid. Things happen. Life happens. You may have major setbacks. You may actually have major victories where things happen quicker than you expect. You're getting more patients into your practice than you ever thought. Don't stay at that low goal. If you're already hitting your goal early, set an even higher goal for next time. So be adaptable, be ready to change as things come at you. I really hope you found these tips helpful. If you need help finding a collaborating physician, please look in the description below for information about how to get a hold of collaborating docs. And I wish you all the best to your success.